Okay.
Good morning. My name is Enos Harris, and I am the hearing officer of Public Works. Today, Jackie Vo is serving as the clerk of this hearing. This hearing is being conducted virtually via Zoom and is being recorded. A link to the recording will be made available afterward on the San Francisco Public Works website. As this is a virtual hearing, there is no sign-in sheet. If you would like to receive notification of the results of today's hearing, please send an email to the address listed on your hearing notice. Today's public hearing is being held to consider one item, order number 212439, to consider the denial of a street vendor permit renewal request due to several issues that are not in compliance with Public Works regulations. My role as a hearing officer is to gather the facts, listen to all testimonies, and make recommendations to the Director of Public Works. I will not make any decisions today. Instead, I will forward the findings and my recommendations to the Director, who will make the final determinations. Once the Director has decided, the Department will notify you if you have submitted contact information. The hearing will proceed as follows. Public Works staff will present the case. There's no time limit for this presentation. I will then call on the applicant to speak. Finally, I will hear from any member of the public or witness who wishes to speak. Each speaker will have up to 3 minutes. The clerk will monitor the time and will notify you when you have 30 seconds remaining. If you are a party to the proceeding and would like to use visual materials, please let me know before you speak. You will still have the standard 3 minutes to present your comments. If you're using a computer, please use the raise hand feature in Zoom when I call for public comments. If you're dialing in by phone, press *9 to raise your hand. When I recognize you, and if you are muted, please press *6 to unmute yourself. All comments and questions should be directed at me, not to the applicant or to Public Works staff. If I believe a question is appropriate, I will ask it. If you cannot complete your statements within the 3 minute limit, you may submit written comments to me by the end of this hearing. After all comments have been heard, I will close the item. Before we begin the hearing items, I will accept to general public comment on matters that are within the department's jurisdiction but not on today's agenda. Are there any public comments at this time? Okay,
I don't see anybody raise their hand.
perfect. We will now begin with today's agenda. Order number 212439. May I have Public Works present the case?
Please let me know who is presenting the case so I can allow you to talk. Okay, thank you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. Um,
Emily, can you turn up your volume, please? Emily, you're on mute. I don't know if you're.
Hi, can you hear me now?
I can hear, but can you increase your volume or perhaps move your microphone?
Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. I will share my screen. Okay. Hi, good morning. My name is Emily Kin, and I'll be presenting the case for the denial of a street vendor permit renewal request for 24 VDR 00097 at 101 6th Street. To go into the background, back in October on 27th, the applicant requested to renew their permit. Then the public works staff denied the request due to the location conflicting with multiple clearance requirements and had requested the applicant to propose a new location for renewal. Since then, between October 28th and November 17th, there was correspondence between the applicant and public works staff to find a new location, to point out the issues of the existing location at 101 6th Street. Then on November 20th, a formal denial letter was issued to the applicant, including the appeal information. On December 2nd, the applicant requested to appeal the denial letter. And since the denial and appeal, Public Works has issued the appellant a street vendor permit at a different location, permit 25 BDR 00160, which was approved on December 26th, 2025. And the location in question, 101 6th Street, is a corner of Mission and 6th Street. And as you can see in the photo, the street is all crowded with heavy foot traffic. It is close to the crosswalks. I'll go over the reasons for denial. Per our Public Works Order number 2068-87, Section 2, Rules and Regulations for vendors within the public right-of-way, vendors must allow a minimum of 6 feet wide, unobstructed, and accessible path of travel at all times. And the director may require an unobstructed and accessible path of travel that exceeds that 6 feet based on site conditions, which includes pedestrian volume. Secondly, vendors shall maintain a minimum of 2 feet clearance along the curbside when operating adjacent to existing on-street parallel parking. Thirdly, vendors are subject to following enhanced clearing requirements when operating proximate to the following locations, which is a 12 feet from bus zones. And as the sidewalk width of this location, 101 6th Street, measures to be 12 feet, the vendor takes up at least 7 feet, leaving only 5 feet for clear and accessible path of travel. And here, as you can see, this is the at least 7 feet. It is 8 feet from the curb ramp, 5 feet from a pole, and 10 feet from the transit zone. And because the clearance must be greater than 6 feet, 6th and Mission Street has heavy foot traffic, and it is around the corner from a transit zone where people will be getting on and off Muni. The location is close to the intersections, less crosswalk, and multiple commercial businesses, thus more foot traffic. In addition to maintaining these clearances, there must be space for the vendor and customers to queue up, which this location lacks. And then again, in additional regulations for street vending, for Public Works Order number 208255, the Section 1 prohibition of vending within 15 feet of transit shelters and uncovered transit stops. So this one increases the clearance from 12 feet to 15 feet being cleared from transit stops. And this current setup of the vendor is against the building, very close to the corner, and the street vendor permit is for vending along curbside. So in conclusion, the location 6th and Mission Street, 101 6th Street is not permissible due to not meeting multiple clearance requirements. Public Works seeks to maintain the denial of the street vendor permit renewal request at 101 6th Street. Thank you. That's all I have.
Emily, I did have one question. I just wanted to make sure you said that the permit is for is basically that the vendor is not abutting the building, but they're at the curb side of the curb of the sidewalk. Is that it? Or was that
So
go ahead.
our street vendor permits are for vending along the curbside and should not be against a building.
Got it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Perfect. Thank you so much. Is the applicant or appellant here to speak?
Okay, officer,
Yes.
there's one, I said, it didn't say the name, it says Zoom's user, so I don't know. Well,
Right.
yeah, allowed to talk?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello. Hi. Is this the Zoom user?
Can you introduce yourself?
They're not up
State
here
your name?
anymore.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
I'm sorry.
There.
I don't know why it keeps meeting on me. I apologize.
That's okay. What is your name?
My name is Jessica Hayner.
Spell your last name, please.
Haner.
Got it. Okay, Jessica.
Okay.
Th-
Am I ready?
Yes.
Okay. So I had a few number one in that photo, there are times when I'm set up out there that where my actual permit location is, it's actually blocked by illegal vendors, like some of those Chinese vendors you see in the video. They're selling illegal food bank items and cigarettes. And so sometimes forced a little bit out of the corner. But I usually set up actually it's actually a yellow or white zone. And without the tent, which I could totally do without the tent, but without the tent, me and my table would only take up 4 feet of space, which would actually allow for about 9 foot walking space. Number two, it says that with vendors subject to enhanced clearance requirements, bus zones or blue zones, where I'm supposed to be permitted at and where I am most of the time. There is no bus zone within 15 foot of that area. And it's actually positioned between two trees that are on 6th Street between Mission and Minna. But I also had a little bit of a background too, besides those are my reasons as to why I think it's unjustified that my permit was denied. Um, this isn't really a high traffic area. We've been issued permits in other locations such as Pier 39, Embarcadero Market, and 24th and 25th on Mission, which are substantially higher traffic areas. We've been working and operating in San Francisco, providing free government funded services to low income residents who qualify for over 10 years, dating back to January in 2012. We also have countless social workers and caseworkers from all over the Bay from many different programs that know to come to our location with their clients to receive these services and resources. We are also trusted within the community to provide these services quickly, safely, and reliably. So as far as these customers are queued up is concerned, when they're at my booth, I do not, I try to get them in and out very fast. I'm very fast at inputting. I don't like to allow congregating around my booth, especially with that kind of behavior in the area. I like to keep my business a clean business. We've been operating here with a permit for over a year and a half. And before this, we had a permit on 24th Street Bar Plaza before it was removed in that area as well. Being displaced over and over, it's hurtful not only to me, but also to the residents in the area who require or need to locate our services. The sidewalk length really hasn't changed over the last couple of years since the permits have been issued. Um, as well as, okay, I think that's it. Let's see. We also do not sell anything. There's no exchange of goods. We provide free services to those who qualify, and have had zero complaints in that area and are supported by many of the local businesses in the area. Um, and just that over the years, the free phones in California have gotten maybe a bad name or bad image from some faulty or misleading representatives or agents. We strive every day to provide the opposite by providing free phones and services free of charge, being knowledgeable about this program, helping those in need, being honest, and eliminating fraud and establishing trust within and around our community. We have been working very hard with DPW to try and get permits, not only for me, but for many other vendors in the area, and it has been proving very difficult. But Sixth and Mission has kind of like become like a home to us, where we know a lot of the people in the neighborhood and they come to us and trust us to give them the phones when they need them. And I think that's about all I really have to say.
I have a question though.
Okay.
You said that your permit location is blocked by illegal vendors.
So there are many, there's in that photo she mentioned where she said there's a lot of high traffic. Most of those people that are standing there's a guy in a wheelchair, and then there's like 3 or 4 Asian ladies who come out there every single day, and they are selling food bank food that they got from the food bank for free, and they're turning around and selling it. And that food's been sitting out there all day. And they sell cigarettes, which are illegal, contraband, and they sell them out there every day. And so those are usually and I work with DBW, and I try to call them and let them know about these issues that are going on out there with these types of vendors. So it's not, I'm trying to work around all of that.
So I guess my question is when you show up to set up your booth, you're saying if they're in your permitted spot so then you have to move? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes. If it's not them, then it's like illegal camping, homeless encampments, or those that are sitting there. I mean, I've got photos. I don't know if I can send it to you, but of people just doing illegal activities and doing drugs over there. So that's why sometimes I'm forced to move off to the corner, but every day I try to set up in my actual location spot.
Got it. And so, I mean, I've not read your permit, but is there a provision in there, that some type of procedure that you're supposed to follow if someone is in the spot that you're permitted to use?
There is not, but I usually just kind of call DPW and just kind of let them know, hey, there's some illegal vendors in my location, and maybe we can get some inspectors out to remove them. Sometimes I'm successful and sometimes I'm not.
Got it. And so if you are successful and they are moved, do you move your table, or do you stay where you set up for the day?
No, I usually move over there.
Okay. And then you mentioned about using, I guess, your setup without the tent. How would that work?
Like I said, the tent isn't necessary. I've got banners, and the tent is only necessary to bring attention to me. So, I mean, like I said, I can take down the tent and not set the tent up and just put up my banners that are on my table.
Okay. So the banners would sit on the table like the sign basically that
Yes.
extends up. Okay. Instead of the awning, basically
Yes,
the tent.
exactly. And like I said, um, the table is only about 2 feet wide, and I'd say I'm maybe about a foot and a half wide, I'd say. So, I mean, that's only like 3 feet. And if I stay 2 feet from the curb, it still allows like 8 feet. So,
Okay. I think those are all my questions. Thank you so much.
okay. You're welcome.
Um,
Thank you.
no problem. Is there someone else from this um business that would like to speak?
Right now I don't see anybody raise their hand. Oh, there's one. Zachary.
Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Oh, you're on mute, Zachary.
Can you hear me
There
now?
you go. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so my name is Zachary Guyton. I've been also doing the phone program for about 5 years now, and it's gotten increasingly hard to do it in San Francisco because every place we apply for a permit, it has been denied. I applied for a walking permit just so I wouldn't be set up blocking the sidewalks and whatnot from 6th Street, starting at Minna, going all the way to 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. I put detailed instructions in there of where I will walk. I only give out free phones. I don't charge people for them just so they can have communication with their family and loved ones. And I never even gotten a response or anything back. And I continue to try to apply. DPW has came. I've given them my name, my phone number, but I'm not hearing anything back. So I'm wondering what, if any, avenues are there to receive a walking vendor's permit so I'm not obscuring the sidewalk at all and I can just walk around and still give the people the services that they so direly need, especially in San Francisco.
Um, I am not familiar with that process. So you've not received a response to your request for a walking permit. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. And we are supposed to apply online with Public Works. You give them your information. It's about a 30 to 1 hour process. And I've been complying, doing all that. I filled out the necessary paperwork, but if we can't, and it's not just me, it's been a lot of other people who have done it as well. And if we can't get responses, how are we supposed to be in compliance with what Public Works wants or needs, or the city of San Francisco, and do the service the right way instead of trying to go around and do it the wrong way?
I mean, I understand your concern. I guess I'm wondering. Usually, whenever you apply, you submit something with the city, you get an automatic response. Do you get that, or have you gotten that?
So when I filled it out, it said that I was supposed to get a response within 20 days. I did not get that. I applied for the BAN. I got my number. I applied for the permit, the what vendor's walking permit, and I haven't got no responses for anything. So I'm wondering what am I supposed to do because me and other coworkers have went to DPW, their office. We've asked about things, and it's like we're getting just stonewalled. And I'm not sure what to do at this point because this job is how I feed my son, like my family. Like I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just passing out government free phones to get people communication with their loved ones as well.
Right. I understand. Is there a number for you to call or follow up on the walking permit?
There's the DPW email. They have an email, and I emailed them as well. I let them know that I filled out for the permit. I have not got a response, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do at this point because it's like when we try to do the right thing, we're not allowed to, and I do not want to do the wrong thing. I want to go about this process the right way, get the permit, and be able to legally give out free phones.
Right. Okay. I mean, your concern is noted. And for my, advisement would just be to follow up because again, I'm not familiar with the process, but I do know that typically when you apply for something, with Public Works, you'll get an automatic response that says we've received, we received it, and someone will reach out to you. And if that's not happening, it should be a number on there for you to contact them. But I will note your concern, and thank you very much for speaking up at this
You're
hearing.
welcome. And I have one more thing. Well, I'm not sure if they're able to do it, but DPW does go around. And yes, I understand that they can give you a ticket, but are they allowed to physically take your devices or items that you're giving away for free?
I do know that Public Works can take items, they can confiscate items if they are stolen. But in this case, I am not sure.
Okay, because yeah, the devices are not stolen, and there has been many other people who have gotten their devices confiscated and a ticket as well. And I just don't see how it's right that they should be able to take the devices when they're not stolen, they're paid for, and that they come directly from the phone company who has a government contract to have the phones passed out.
Yeah, yeah, that does something that's something. Are you given any type of paperwork when they take it or any kind of reason?
So my other coworkers, the reason that they told them was because they did not have a permit and they've been warned that they're not supposed to be in that area. And since they came back, they've taken the devices, their awnings that they paid for, their tables that they paid for, their chairs that they paid for. They just take it.
So, but it's so basically they were warned not to do business there, and then they went back, and on the second time it was confiscated. Is that what I'm hearing?
Some yes, and some it was their first time, and they were just saying that oh it's another new face, so we're gonna set an example, I guess, is what they're trying to do, and they took their devices as well. And there was also another coworker who had a permit and still received a ticket in his permitted spot.
So are you guys like contractors under the same? Are you independent contractors for the same company? I guess it's
Some of us, yes.
okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate the information that you've given.
You're welcome, and thank you for your time.
No problem. Are there any other people would like to speak?
Let's see. Anybody raise their hand right now? I don't see anybody.
Okay. Do we have members of the public who would like to speak or would like to
No.
comment on this item?
Nobody's raising their hand want to talk to.
Okay. If there are no further comments, I will close this item and make my recommendation to the director.
Okay.
Before closing the hearing, I want to make one final opportunity for someone to speak on any item on today's agenda. And if there are none,
None.
no hand. Okay, perfect. Then if there are no further comments, I will close this hearing. This hearing is now closed. Thank you all for your participation.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording.